In the dense forests of the Northlands, under the silver glow of the moon, there lived a pack of wolves, feared by all creatures of the forest. At the heart of this pack was a wolf named Ragnar, a fierce and cunning alpha, whose reputation for ruthlessness was known far and wide. The wolves of his pack obeyed, without question, hunting not just to survive but for sport, their eyes gleaming with hunger, even when they did not need to eat. But among them was a young wolf named Kael, smaller and less imposing than the others, with fur that shimmered like moonlight on snow. Unlike his packmates, Kael felt a deep unease in his heart whenever they hunted for pleasure. He respected the forest, the creatures within it, and the delicate balance of life. Where others saw prey, he saw neighbors, friends, and beings deserving respect. From the moment he first joined the pack's hunts, Kael's reluctance was clear. He would wait silently, his paws rooted to the ground, while the others sprinted after their victims. The other wolves mocked him. "A wolf who doesn't hunt is no wolf at all," they snarled. Even Ragnar, the alpha, noticed. But Kael could not betray his conscience. As the nights passed, the pack's hunts became increasingly cruel. They would chase young deer for hours, sometimes leaving them to die slowly, just to satisfy their thirst for dominance. Kael could no longer hide his refusal. One evening, when the pack cornered a small family of rabbits in a meadow, Kael stepped forward. "Stop," he growled, his voice trembling but firm. "They've done nothing to us. They don't deserve this." The pack erupted in anger. Ragnar bared his teeth, a menacing snarl curling over his lips. "You dare defy me, Kael? We are wolves. Prey is our right, and sport is our tradition. You will learn, or you will leave." Kael stood his ground, heart pounding. "I will not hunt for cruelty. I cannot." The decision was made swiftly. Under the pale moon, Ragnar banished Kael from the pack. "Go then. Leave this forest. Return only when you understand the law of the strong." Alone and wounded in spirit, Kael wandered through the forest, the cold wind biting at his fur. At first he was fearful of the world beyond the pack's territory, but soon he discovered something extraordinary. Animals who had once fled from the shadow of his pack approached him. A timid fawn, a mother fox, and even a wise old owl recognized something in Kael. He was not their enemy. Kael realized that though he had been cast out, he had gained a freedom he had never known. He could protect those who could not protect themselves, guiding them through the dangers that once belonged to the pack's hunts. He learned to track without killing, to lead without fear, and to use his strength to shield the weak instead of breaking them. One night, under a sky streaked with lightning, Kael heard the sounds of his old pack approaching. Ragnar, furious at the loss of one of his own, had led a hunt toward the forest where Kael had found sanctuary. But Kael had prepared. He had rallied the forest's creatures, deer, foxes, rabbits, even birds, and together they formed clever defenses, leading the pack into traps of fallen branches, slippery rocks, and confusing trails. When Ragnar confronted Kael directly, the two wolves circled, eyes locked. Ragnar lunged, teeth bared, but Kael did not strike back in hatred. Something in Kael's courage, his restraint, and his wisdom stirred doubt in their hearts. For the first time, some of them wondered if the law of the strong truly meant ruling through fear. Ragnar eventually freed himself, but never returned to Kael's territory. The pack drifted apart, over time some wolves leaving, others learning new ways. Kael remained with the forest creatures, forming bonds of trust that grew stronger with each passing season. Animals of all kinds thrived under his watch, and Kael's reputation spread across the woods. Where fear once ruled, kindness now reigned, and a new law was written not of dominance, but of protection and respect. Kael never sought revenge, nor did he boast. His legacy was quiet but powerful. that courage is not measured in how many you can defeat, but in how many you can save. Years passed, and Kael, the wolf who refused the hunt, became a legend whispered among both wolves and woodland creatures. Parents told their young, "Be brave like Kael. Protect the weak. Honor the life around you." And sometimes, on moonlit nights, when a lone wolf wandered the forest in search of prey, they would feel a presence, watching not threatening, but protective, and they would pause, sensing that kindness can be mightier than ferocity. Kael had learned that being true to one's heart can be dangerous, even exiled. But in staying true, he had found a strength no hunt, no pack, and no fear could ever take away.